Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. And this is episode 12 of my Space Empires 4X by GMT Games playthrough. It's a solo playthrough where I play against two alien empires at the hard level. What's the hard level? That means that they get 10 construction points per economic roll. What's an economic roll? Please go back to episode 1 and then I'll go through all that. But if you want to stay here, that's fine. You're welcome to. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and any comments will be much appreciated. But let's go down to the map and see what's going on. Okay, so we're just about to start the 12th economic phase. This will be turn 1 of the 12th economic phase, and I'm player 1. I'm at war with two empires, the Altarians, who are the red, and I've got a fleet approaching or encroaching on my, what do you call them? Colonies. There we go. Blank moment there. And we've got the Terrans, whose fleet we've destroyed here in the Battle of J11. There we go. Can't think of another name for it. However, we don't really have the power to. Well, they're a bit weak, but we could. First thing I need to do is establish a base at Abydos, and then we can start encroaching on their empire. But they're looking a little bit weaker than the Altarians. But the Altarians are what we're going to deal with at the present moment, because they're going to be in my colonies by player turn 2. So my fleet ain't that big, and they've got 121 points to spend. So I've got a carrier over here, which I now wish I'd built here. What the hell? Yeah, I can still build it there, can't I? Because that's the last thing I've done. You know what? On a strategical rethink, I'm building my carrier here. Because I was thinking about this last night. I was thinking, So yeah, let's build it there, because that was the last phase that I did, was build phase. So I'm building that there. I was going to go more offensive onto the Terrans, but I've got to defend against the Bringers of Pain first. So if I can get my carrier there, because yeah, I've got move 4 technology now. And again, if you're not sure what all that means, please go and watch one of the earlier episodes. I'll go through that in detail. I will go through it when we're actually doing it. But that's, what I've got to deal with is that Bringers of Pain fleet. It's big. It's twice as large as the Terran fleet that I defeated, but it's it's big. Right. That's the situation at the moment. We're into economic phase 12 player, turn 1. Now, we know the Bringers of Pain are going to go to Tempe, but the thing is, as soon as I garrison Tempe, I say garrison, bring my fleet there, then it will probably change location. But we know they're quite slow. I say target. Target is an undefended colony. And a scout ship by itself is not classed as a defense. Tempe has no garrison, but as soon as I move my fleet there, I'm not going to move into the nebula. No point fighting them in the nebula, because that will negate any technical advantage I've got. So I'm going to move my fleet down to Tempe, and then that will probably mean that they'll shift their target to Vega. And if they do that, then I can encounter them in open space. That's the plan. Hopefully that's what will happen. Anyway, so moving is the first step. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, because this is the crucial area. Let's get the miner back to planet. That will take a bit of time, because they can only go speed 1 each turn. Now I've got speed 4 on my ship, so now I'll describe what that means. That means in each of the phases, I can now move 2 hexes. Say phase, each of the turns. There's 3 turns in an economic phase. So I can move 2 hexes, as long as I'm not going through an asteroid or nebula, which means you've got to be adjacent to start with. I've also got these MS pipelines. That means I can move an additional movement point per turn, as long as I stay on the pipeline. So my carrier can go 1, 2 as its movement, but it's staying on the pipeline, So he can get to Tempe 3. Now, just as an aside, could I have done that anyway from Vega? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and he would have been there anyway. So I didn't need to do what I did at the beginning there. That was a bit of a panic move. So we'll start him back at where he came from. So let's do it properly. I did place him there. Should have worked that out before I started the video. So let's clear all the movement. Right. So in his movement phase, he will go 1, 2, 3. Okay. So he would have got there in 3. And next turn, so the Bringers of Pain will go probably to here. At least they're only going to move 1. Then the next turn, I'll go to Tempe Vega, and then they'll go there. That's where I'm envisioning the battle at K4. Right. So let's move this into Tempe. Remember, these can move 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, because all my ships have got the same class on them, that scout ship there, I'm going to amalgamate into each of these counters can have 6 ships in it. So I'm going to take away Scout 3. So send that back to return to the player's hand and change that to a 3 because they're the same. Right, so there's 3 of them actually in that one. Okay, that'll now go to 3. So 3 scout ships, 3 cruisers, and a carrier and 2 fighters. Is that going to be good enough? I mean, if I bring these back, they're going to move 2, 1, 2. Then they're going to move 1, 2, 3. They're not going to get there in time. But I might need them just in case that fleet doesn't deal with. So I'm gonna move. Oh, I still also want to explore because we're still missing planets. Okay, I'm actually going to send 3 cruisers back. So, where's the counters? There they are. Right. Should I do that? Oh, indecision. Yeah, I need. We'll send them all back. No, I'm going to detach. Indecision. Okay, yeah. Where's my hand? There's my hand. Right. What have I got in my hand? I've got scout ships and a cruiser. Okay. I'm going to detach 2 into this. Group stats. Yeah. They've got move 4, making sure they're up to date. Tactics 1. Okay. I'm going to put 2 in that. No, not 3. 2. Okay. Yeah. Take this one down to 3. There we go. Movement, exploration, yeah, right. So sending 3 with the scout ships back. So they go 1, 2 to Aslak. They can't get the advantage of the pipelines because there isn't any pipelines. These 2, which are in there, are going to continue exploring. Yeah, they're going to go here and start exploring this space because who knows. Then we're going to bring my MS pipeline to there and the colony ship to there. So we're not going to have a complete pipeline because I kept on trying to go into the black hole and failing miserably. Okay, so this miner, well, there's big minerals there. Let's go and pick it up. Oh, that doesn't need to be on the board. That was their target. Right, so those ships have moved. That's moved. Have I got anything else that needs to move? No, I think that's it. Yeah, I did move the miner and then took it out, didn't I? So yeah, just making sure. Right, so that's on move. There's no combat at the present. Exploration, there is none. I'm going to zoom out a bit again. Right, there we go. That's probably the best view, isn't it? Don't need to be too detailed. No. Okay. Player 2 is the Bringers of Pain. That's these bad boys here. Now, it will target a colony which doesn't have a garrison or a fleet or whatever. It's not defended. So Tempe, which is the current target, will change. So the question is 1, 2, 3, will it be X or 1, 2, 3 Vega? I want it to be Vega because then I will hopefully encounter them here. But yeah, if I'd been smart, I could have left 2 cruisers here, couldn't I? Or 2 scout ships. Nope, but I'm not that smart. Can't keep readjusting. Okay. All right, so 1 to 3, they go for Vega. So that fleet. Now, do they go into the nebula or K3? Well, it's the same route. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1 to 3, they go into the nebula. No, they go into K3. There they go. That's them done. All right, going then over to player 3, which is the Terrans. They don't have a fleet. Player 4, there isn't one. Player 5, there isn't one. So we're now in 2. Turn 12, or economic phase 12. Turn 2, back to me for player 1. Okay. All right, well, we'll start over here because it's easier. The 2 cruisers are left over here. The observation fleet, I'm going to call it. They can scout this first or explore this first using the exploration technology. Wow, look at that right next to them. Right. There's no alien ships on it. That's something that, how do I get rid of that? That's not, it's an optional rule. I mean, it says that this scenario doesn't use them anyway. That's not there. Okay, interesting. And then he can move into there and explore 2 of those next time in phase 3. So that's his movement done. Okay. We've got a colony ship here. We're going to Abydos. We move a pipeline out. It's got aid movement, but it's not going to help generate. Well, no. The miner goes and picks up or goes to those minerals. Okay. The backup. Right. So these guys can go 1 on the pipeline, 2 on the pipeline, and then they can get, because they're moving along the pipeline, they can move an additional 1. So they'll go into Haldir for 3. Has to be backup fleet. Me carrier will go 1, 2 to there with the 2 fighters. This will come back with the minerals. So now I've got 2 garrison colonies. That's interesting. What's he going to do now? I'll read the instructions in a minute. Okay, we'll leave them as such. I've got anything else I need to move? I don't think so. No. Okay. Clear that down. Player 2. Right, so where do the bringers of pain go to? I'll have to get the scenario. Well, tell you what, let's bring up the scenario book and go through it together, shall we? See where these bad boys go to. Right, here's the scenario book. Alien fleet movement. So during its turn, AP fleets move differently than DMs. DMs is a, I don't know what DMs are, oh, what they call it. Doomsday machine. We're not playing with doomsday. They will not enter hexes with supernovas or black holes. Asteroids and nebulas do not affect their movement. They still affect combat. Because of this, the AP will sometimes have a choice of whether to stop in an open space, in asteroids, or in nebulas. Whenever this choice has to be made, the AP will always stop in a hex that benefits them the most in combat when comparing the known technologies of the alien power and the human player. An AP will never move less than its full movement to stop in a hex. In such a hex, however. That actually, so they're not affected. I've read this 3 times, and I've just now noticed that because of this, asteroids and nebulas do not affect their movement. Okay, so they will move them through them at full speed. Ooh, okay. I'll have to remember that. Whenever this choice is to be made, the AP will always stop in the hex that benefits them the most in combat when comparing known technologies. Okay. So if an AP movement takes with an unexplored marker, it does not flip the marker. We know that. If an AP fleet can attack a single revealed ship without delaying reaching its destination, it will. It will avoid combat with non-single ships, i.e. go around them, as long as doing so would not delay them from reaching its destinations. Okay, the direction of movement of AP is based on economic phases. Since these are 3 movement turns between each economic phase, AP fleets are concerned with reaching and attacking a colony in the fewest number of economic phases. Okay. An AP fleet will always move towards the colony it can reach in the fewest economic phases. Well, at the present moment, it can reach, we're in turn 2, so it can reach turn, remember this is economic phases, not turns, but it can reach these in this turn anyway. It's got 2 turns movement steps. You can go 1, 2 to Tempe, or 1, 2 to Vega, or 1, 2 to Tempe. The nebula might help them the most, and it just said it will definitely go the route that'll help them in combat, because going through the nebula will benefit them more, because they don't have, well, they do have attack 1. I have attack 1, and we don't know what other technologies they're going to have. They know we have attack 1. The nebula, the asteroids and nebula do slightly different things. Let's just make sure I get each one right. So nebula, the combat is occurring in a system with a nebula mark. The defense technology level of all units in the combat is considered 0, regardless of the player's technology level. In addition, the class of ships in the combat is considered to be E, regardless of what is printed on the counter. That means we'll all be firing at the same time. The firing order of ships is determined solely by the tactics rating of the players involved. Okay. So where they're going to go. So the nebula would, well, I haven't got defense technology. They could still even purchase it. So the AP will move towards the colony that can reach. So if more than one colony qualifies, an AP fleet will move towards the colony that is undefended. In this case, shipyards and a single revealed scout ship don't count as defense. It can't reach an undefended colony this economic cycle, so it's still going to be Tempe or Vega. Okay. More than one colony qualifies, an AP fleet will move towards the colony that is undefended. All right. There's more than one undefended colony that can reach it. No, there isn't. There's no undefended colonies, but multiple defended colonies that can reach in the same number of phases. Then it will move towards the colony that can reach in the fewest number of moves, both the same. If still tied, it will move towards the colony that is the largest, still tied. If still tied, it will move towards the colony that brings it close to the player's home world. That's where I made a mistake when one of my other colonies in the previous game got nuked. My home world is Vasari. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they got their target is Vega, because that is closer to my home world. So the target shifts to there. Right. So that means that they move to K4. All that effort to determine they move. That means I can battle them in K4, which is what I was hoping for, the Battle of K4. Right. That's then moved. We know that the Terrans have no fleet, and we're into turn 3. Economic phase 12, turn 3, player 1, me. Right. Can we get anything else when we can move these guys too as well? Now, this is where I get canny. If I leave 2 scout ships in Tempe, it'll still be classed as garrisoned. I use the word garrisons, defended. Rather than fighting K4, because I can't get these ships involved, we still make its target Vega. We'd have to leave 2 scout ships at Tempe or a cruiser there. Because if we attack them here, we've got 3 cruisers, 3 scout ships, 2 fighters. If we let them come to Vega, then we will have considerably more. I'm going to do that. That's going to be debated in the Viserion council chambers. We're actually going to bring them to our home, one of our colonies. I'm afraid so, Duck. Here we go. So let's bring that in and claim those minerals. Let's bring, because they can get there. Let's move those 2 scout ships into there. I'll move these here. Remember, 1 scout ship doesn't count as a defense, but 2 do. So I suppose technically I'm exploiting the AI system here. But that's why I suppose it's the only way I hope I've got of actually achieving a victory. So I'm bringing them into Vega, which, you know, brings a pain. They want to bring pain, they're going to bring pain. Right, so I'll move me minor. Where's the other one? Ah, he's there. He's not going to get back in time, but actually I could have done it, couldn't I? Duh. Yeah, if in the first economic cycle I'd moved the miner from Valhalla to Aslak to the Nebula, again using the bloody pipelines, then moved out to pick up the mineral. Oh no, there's no pipeline. Yeah, I still couldn't have got back in time. Okay, just making sure I hadn't done a really maneuver. All right. These 2 will explore. Flip that. And flip that. Oh, yeah, they're all over here. All right, so let's delete that. It's gone. Okay, and replace the tile. He's putting these alien ships on, which we know aren't in the game. I wish there was a way to remove that. I thought, well, I suppose it doesn't take long, does it, to delete these alien ships? There you go. Right, and then we'll move it up to there. Okay, is that all my movement done? I think so. Right, so over to, okay. So we went through it all. They come in to Vega as their target. And then we need, I'll take that all to the battle board. Okay, the Bringers of Pain. They have 112 points to spend. So let's go through. And they've got 55 points of technology as well to spend. So let's go through what they will spend it on. Okay, so first of all is the tech. Purchasing technology. So we've already got, they won't be able to spend it on movement because we're now in combat. are not on purchase of the combat phase. When a fleet is engaged in combat for the first time, the AP will spend all available technology. Fair enough. All available technology points will be spent in the following order. If the human player has used fighters, now notice the key word there, use fighters in combat. I haven't used fighters in combat yet. So it's like my technology of fighters will only be discovered during this combat. So next time we'll fight them, that point will be in effect. Next, if the human has shown mines, I haven't shown mines. So next, if the human player has used raiders, I haven't used raiders. So none of those apply. Moving on. Next, the AP will determine it will spend on ship size. Now, they are currently on ship size 3. So we look at the 3. On a 1 to 6, they will go to ship size 4. And that'll be bigger than what I've got. So there are 5. So they do go to ship size 4. So I'm going to put that on their alien sheet. Okay, so taking the ship size 4 costs them 20 technology points. Remembering, what's this? I don't want to print it. Remembering that they have 55 tech points to spend. They've just spent 20 on taking them to big. They won't go any bigger than that at this point. They'll have to wait till next time. So if the AP has researched fighter technology, they haven't researched it before, so that doesn't apply. If this is a raider fleet, it's not raider fleet. If there are tech points remaining, there are 35 tech points remaining. The AP will roll on the table below to see what they purchase. So, all right, here's their roll. 7. Well, that's what they say. They scan. They're worried that we might have cloaked ships out there. Okay, so scan costs them. That costs them 20 points. So they got scanner 1. So that leaves them 15 points. We'll write that down. Scan 1. Okay. 15 points. What could they spend 15 points on at the moment then? Well, let's see what they roll and see if they can afford it. Okay, 10. Minesweeper. Minesweeper cost 10. Okay. So they buy Minesweeper 1. Okay, they're worried that I've got mines. I haven't got mines, but there we go. They don't know that until they get to my... Right, so they've got Minesweep. Because they've got mines themselves. Minesweeper 1. That's something that I probably need to invest in because I know their homeworld's going to have mines, both them and the Terran, so I'll need to invest in that at some point. So they've got attack 1, ship size 4, so they're going to buy battle cruisers, scan 1, and minesweeper 1. And they've got 5 tech points left, which will then carry over to the next cycle. Right. Then we now got 121 points of ships to build. So building fleets. All right, he doesn't have fighter technology. No, it's not a carrot. Right, general building priorities. Okay, so we've got to see if they're going to go for larger fleet or balanced fleet or larger ships. So here's their roll on that table. 3, they go for largest fleet. Okay, so largest ship first. The first ship built will be the largest ship that this AP technology size will allow them. So they will buy a battle cruiser. Now you get the red fleets because that's the technology that they've got. Right, let me just move that down out of the way for the moment. Oh no, that's the one I want. Move that out of the way for the moment. Right, so that's their battle board at the moment. They will build a battle cruiser. Okay, and notice that fires on the B. Ooh, battle cruiser. Dum, 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 dum. Right now, battle cruiser. How much does that little puppy cost them? Out of their 112 points. Not that expensive, actually. It's 15. Let's have to, yeah, 15. So they've got 112. 112. I just spent 15 on a battle cruiser. Okay, remember they're going for technology of larger ships first. Hold on that. Why do I do this? All right. Okay. What do I mean by why do I do this? It's basically there's a control for the screen, and it keeps getting in the way of the PDFs. And I keep deliberately putting, well, not deliberately, but putting it in the way, and then I can't get back to the PDF to bring it out. Anyway, sort that out. So, right. So largest ship first. We've just done that. Then possible DD. So that's destroy. If the APS research level scanner, which it has, that is equal to or superior to the level of cloaking that the human player has used in combat. Well, I haven't used any cloaking in combat, but it says equal to, so 0. So, and the ship is built is in step 1 is not a DD. It will next build 1 DD if its technology level and CPs allow. So I haven't revealed any cloaking. So would it build a destroyer? I'd say possibly not. If I reveal a cloak ship, it would build. I haven't got any cloak ships, but they don't know that. But they did research scanning technology, so I think it's only fair to give them a destroyer. See, this is what happens. You try to everything on one screen, right? So I think it's only fair that they at least get 1 destroyer. Where's it? Where's the destroyer? There it is. Now that costs them 9 points from their remaining 97. So that will take them to 88 remaining. Okay, so they've got 1 destroyer and 1 battle cruiser at the present moment. Remaining ships next roll to determine the composition of the rest of the fleet, and we've already worked out they're going for largest fleet. So if this fleet composition is largest fleet, oh wait, this is done. If the human has used fighters, we haven't used them previously in the game. We haven't used them yet. No, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. But the next time they build a fleet, we will have to worry about that because I will be using fighters. So if the fleet composition is the largest fleet, then the remaining points will be spent on purchasing the largest fleet possibles. Ships larger than the scale will only be purchased if it would not lower the fleet size. So they're going to be getting a lot of scouts. For instance, 17 would result in the purchase of a scout ship and a DD, but 18 would result in the right. So they're going to buy lots of scouts with that 88 points. Because balanced would have been that they would have got some more battle cruisers and destroyers, larger ships. They would have focused on the battle cruiser, but they went for the fleet size. So how many scouts can you get with 88 points? So there's 6 points each. I'm using a calculator. Yes, divided by 6 equals, they can get 14 scout ships. Wow. I'm going to be outnumbered here. 14 times by 6 equals 84. They're going to get 14 scout ships. That's what the things. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. There's a lot of die rolling I'm going to have to do. Scout ships. There we go. Right. So I'm going to get because these are in portions of 6 to. So I'm going to need 3 of these bad boys. Okay. So group stats, mark that up to 6. Now we know the aliens have got attack 1. Okay, here we go. So we could go into other settings, change the base attack to 4. So you can see, obviously in the real counters, I can't do that. That's gone to 4. So let me set this all up. You don't. Okay, that's as good to go. So I was tempted to shield my shipyards, but I think I'm going to need them. So the total engagement, they've got 14, 15, 16 ships to my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So no one's got fleet size. So I attack first in each category because I've got tactics 1 and they don't. So we start with my fighters. My fighters are hitting on the B and they're attacking with a 6. Ideally, I want to get rid of this bad boy before it gets to strike me. So it's got defense 1 on it. So my fighters, 6, they start with a base of 5, 6 for attack technology, down 1 for the opponent's defense technology, which is 1. So that's 5. 2 lots of 5. Go on then. 1 miss. My dice are doing what my dice do. Right. So their battle cruiser, what will they say? Now they cannot target my carrier. So one thing they can't target until I've got no fighters. Then I'll probably then start to shield that. So it's only got 1 shot. You only need 1 hit to knock out a shipyard. They'll need 2 hits to knock out a cruiser. I think, tell you what, I'm going to roll a die. I don't know. If I was playing the rare, I'd probably try and take out a shipyard because that stops my production. But, so I'm going to go 50-50. 1, 2, 3. Well, I tell you what, I've also got, would they go for fighting? My fighters are already fired, so that's less likely. So 1, 2, cruiser, 3, 4, shipyard, 5, 6, scout ship. That one went right. 1, 2. They're going to target a cruiser. So they've got attack of 6 against my defense of 1. So they need a 5. Oh, they missed 2. Okay, so we're all even Stevens. Right, I think I need to do something about this horde. So I'm going to fire the carrier. It's got an attack of 3. Actually, I think it have more than that. Have I included my attack technology in it? I have there, but have I increased its group stats? Other settings, change base attack 3. They come with it. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not going to deal with the system. I've got to do that for. I think they come standard with a 3. But let's put 4 on there. CV. Yeah, so it's actually gone to 4 with the technology. All right, so it's going to fire at one of the scout ships. I'll tell you what, no, I'll fire at the destroyer first. Okay, so I need a 4. It has no defense on it, so it stays a 4. Nope. Okay. First cruiser. There's 3 in this and 3 in that. So first one will also, they've got an attack of 5 against the destroyer. Finally, I get a hit. Okay, so that destroyer is gone. So I'm going to send that to the player's hand. So yeah. Right, so that's the first cruiser.
I don't know that one.
She's always got to come in and butt in nearly every video. Okay, so we fired, I've got to keep track of this. So we fired 1 cruiser, second cruiser, and we'll start now working on those scout ships. So my second cruiser, we need a 5. Hits. Okay. So we'll change the group stat down by 1. Okay. My third cruiser. No, misses. We're needing 5s. My fourth cruiser. That looks like a 6 to me. Misses. My fifth cruiser hits with a 2. So that actually sends that back to the player's hand. And then my sixth and final cruiser hits as well. Okay. Things. What am I doing this? Right, there we go. We just need to take one of those away. Or just change that to 5. There we go. Right. Then my 3 shipyards. They're on. Yeah, they're on 4s. I've already increased them. So 4, there's no defense technology involved. 7. The first one misses. Second one misses. Third one hits. Okay. Change that now down to a 4. Right. And then my 3 scout ships. Now we're on the same letter here, but my tactics lets me attack first. So my tactics 1 is a useful investment. There's 3 of those. So we're now looking at still 4s to hit. 1, 2, there's only 3 of them. No, all 3 miss. Darn it. Okay, so that's me done. Now over to 10. 10. Okay, where will they target? I think that some of them will target my fighters. Get rid of them because they're my most lethal and the thing that's firing first. So, okay, my fighters have got no defense rating on them. So they've got 10 of these bad boys. So let's start with the first one. Firing on my fighter needs a 4 to hit. Misses. The second one, you can just see that one. So that's 2 misses. The third one. Keep doing this. Spring is a pain. The fourth one. Like it. The fifth one. Right, on their fifth one, scores a hit on my fighter. Okay, so there's only 1 of those left. Okay, so there's 6 scout ship. Rolls 2, so the 6th one takes out. I'll send that back to player's hand. Return to player's hand. Right, so they've got 4 of these boys left. They can now target the carrier. Darn it. Because he's not shielded. Because you can only target, they're going to go in for knock the carrier out because that's 12 production points and it's only got 1 hull point. Okay, so of the remaining 4, the first one. Now I know I'm rolling one of these dice one at a time. I could have rolled 5 dice at the same time if I had the dice. I like doing it this way because then they can shift the targets. And it shows that they're coming in waves and so on. And it creates tension. And I'm the person rolling the dice. No. Okay, so the first of the remaining 4, targeting the carrier, needs 4 to hit. Misses. The second one misses. The third one, darn it, takes out my fleet carrier. Okay, I maybe should have screened him. But there we go, we didn't. So return to player's hand. And their last one will go for a shipyard. Because hitting one of these cruisers, it needs 2 hits to take it out. Shipyard, again, they just need a 4. Shipyards are burning. Okay, so change that to 2. And that concludes the first round of combat. Wow. So they got 11 ships left. And I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're even Stevens. I think they came out slightly ahead there. Now they're battle cruiser. Remember, it takes 2 hits to take out one of these cruisers. I think that's what they did. No, I don't know. I don't think they'll go for the scout ship. It's 50-50. All right, let's do that as a 50-50. 1, 2, 3, they go for the cruiser. You can't see that dice, so I'm going to roll it again. There we go. Right, so they go for a cruiser. So the basic attack is 6. I've got defense of 1, makes that a 5. They hit one of my cruisers. So I'm going to mark where's the +1 damage. Right. Okay. Me back. I want to take out as many of these bad boys as possible. So we still can strike with 6 attacks on the scout ships. We're attacking with 5. They've got no defense technology. So 6 lots of 5. Come on, first one. That's 1 hit. Second one. That's 2 hits. 2 for 2. Right, so third one, there's only 2 hits. Fourth one, there's only 2 hits. Fifth one, oh, come on, boys. And sixth one. Right. So that's all 6 fired. That's 3 hits total. So let's just take that down. It was on 4, it's now on 1. Okay. The 2 remaining shipyards are on 4 to hit. No, and the second one, yes. That sends that back to the player's hand. Okay, and then my 3 scout ships, they need 4s to hit. First one, no. Second one, no. And third one, yes. Okay, let's change that group stat down to a 5. Okay, right. I think the first one here will try and finish off my cruiser, and then they might go for something, the shipyards or something, but definitely they're going to finish off that cruiser. So they got 5. What would they? They've only got 5 left. The battle cruiser could probably take out my cruiser. Yeah. I'd say they maybe focus on the shipyard because that slows my production down. 50-50. 1 to 3, they go for the cruiser. Priority is the cruiser. Okay, so it's a 4. Take away my defense. This one is 3. No. The second one, no. The third one, no. I think they shift now to the shipyard where they need 4s. Knock out a shipyard and the last one. They finish off my shipyards. Cheeky bastards. Okay, that endeth the second round. Okay, so they got 6 ships remaining. I've got 9. So no one's has largest fleet, so it carries on. Battle cruiser will definitely target that cruiser that is damaged of mine. Okay, so it's a 6. Take away my defense technology is a 5 required. They missed. Right. I still want to knock out these scout ships. Okay, so I'm looking my cruisers first. That's 5s to hit. No defense. That's 5. And there's 6 of them. So the first one, that's a hit. That's 1. Okay, out of 2, that's 1 so far. 3, no. 4, yes. That's 2 hits so far. 3 hits so far, and the last one, 4 hits. That's the good news. He's down left to only 1. Okay, then my 3 scout ships. Okay, they need 4s. First one against that scout ship, that's a hit. Okay, that sends that back to the player's hand. Okay, there's 2 scout ships. They now come. They're going to the battle cruiser. All right, so they're needing base attack 4, defense 1, 3. There's 2 remaining. Need a 3. No, and the last one. No. Okay. 4th round, their battle cruiser will attack my cruiser to try and knock it out. And these 6, take one's 5. Because we got large fleet now, largest fleet. So we got 3, we need 5. Defense technology 4. Back 1 up for large fleet is 5. with 6 lots of 5. 1, 2. Right, that's 1 hit. 3. Wow. Then 2 players and okay. Now that means this recovers that damage. How do you reset that? I don't want to reset damage. There we go. Right, so that was good. Let me just tidy this all up. Well, that was the biggest battle so far, and it went my way. I lost a lot of kit though, didn't I? Fighters, and they've now seen like we have fighters, so they're going to start building things. Like those scout ships, 14, blimey, that was a lot to wade through. Yeah. Okay. That was player 2. Player 3, they don't actually have anything other than the home world there. Okay, player 4, player 5. We are now into the economic phase. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Well, we'll bring up the economic sheet, shall we? That might be the next thing to do.
What can I add for you?
Right, so let's do the refresh and see how many production points we actually get. Okay, so nothing carried over, 61 from Colonise. That's hopefully going to start improving. 10 from the mineral, that big minerals we brought back, and then 8 from the pipelines. A total of 79. Now 21 maintenance. That maintenance will have taken into account the ships that I lost in that big battle. And then it leaves me 58 to play with. Okay. Now, all right, I'll actually bring that back. So what to get now? I have seen that maybe getting defense technology would be useful. And I'm not too bothered about the cloaking. You see, it's bloody expensive. But I think I need to get Minesweeper. So I can then start building Minesweepers because they're going to get mines. So defense. Definitely get mines. That Minesweeper technology. I had that a minute ago. Where's that gone? Minesweeper, there we go. So that costs 10. That would leave me 50 at 48. I definitely want. All right, let's leave that for the moment. Defense technology, yeah, maybe at some point. Right, now producing ships. Where's my ships gone? There it is. Boom. Right. I definitely need an MS pipeline to bring Abydos into the fold. So one for over here, then maybe one for there, and then Centauri. So let's build 2 more MS pipelines and not go through the black holes. That's what cost me last time. Okay, it's +1, +2 there. Now, I need probably another colony ship as well. Eventually, I want to colonize all these because, as I say, I'm still going to be defensive. I'm not moving towards the Altarians, but I will be moving towards the Terrans. That's the plan. Okay, now that I've bought minesweeping technology, it's about time I bought a minesweeper because the Terrans are bound to have mines. So how much is a minesweeper? Can I see minesweeper? That'll be MS, wouldn't it? Or is that SW for sweeper? Ooh, let me have a quick look. Yellow. What sweeper SW? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So minesweeper at the technology one, each minesweeper clears a mine. So I'm going to buy 2 of those. I have no idea how many mines they're going to have. So that's 26 spent. How much did we say we had? 58. Take away 10 is 48. I'm going to rebuild me carrier and put on. Now let's see. 1, 2 fighters. That's 48, and that's right, isn't it? Plus 10 for sweeping technology. That's 58. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to go for. Right, so bring that back up. Let's commit that. Commit that. Refresh first. Yeah, just to verify the numbers. So there's all my spending. I'm now going to commit that. So that means that once that red circle goes to a black circle, that's all committed. Right, so I built. I'm going to bring me stuff out, what I built. Flip that over. Right, so I built 2 minesweepers, wasn't it? So let's change that to group stats, change that to 2. And it does have my attack technology. It does have my move 4, and it has tactics. It's not a great warship, but there are, better than nothing, isn't it? So 2 of those. I built 2. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I built another carrier. So I'm going to get that from, that went back to player's hand, didn't it? Right. So, oh yeah, I lost those shipyards as well. I have to build them next time. So this is in my hand. So where's me fighters? Base. Oh, battleship. I haven't built a battleship yet. Okay, it doesn't seem to have put them back on here. Right. So carrier. Come on. Flip that over. GE carrier. So let's just change its stats. Group stats. It's only one of them. It's got attack 1, move 4, and tactics 1. Okay, then I built 2 fighters, was it? It's not a full complement, but I can't afford it all. There they are. Flip that. Change their group stats. Okay, there's 2 of them. Come on. Attack 1. They don't have movement, independent movement, because they can't go into stellar. Okay. There's only fighter 1 at the present moment. Right. And then we need to change their other settings. Change base attack goes to 6. Okay. And change their base. I should have done that. Other setting, change base attack to 4. And that also change base attack to 2. Okay, so that's the warships. Now we also that's 3, 4, 5. I only got 7 production because I forgot about that shipyard. Didn't I? Okay. I'm going to change. I'm going to have to make a change because I don't have. I forgot about the shipyard. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's already 2, 4, 5. two MS pipeline 6, 7, and the colony is 8. I don't have enough production. So yeah, we don't have enough production space. So I'm going to discard those 2 MS pipelines and build a new shipyard. The last shipyard was at Vega. I'm now going to change that to Arturus. No, Tempe. Okay, so where's go back to my hand. Okay. It's going to be 1 point. Oops, that's why did it go over here? That's 6 points, which is exactly the same as what nothing else changes there. No, there's only one of them. You can't buy more than that, and that's going into Tempe. So let's move that fleet over. All right. So I don't get any MS pipelines, but I do get my colony ship. Got about that. Non-combat ships, but I'd already committed them, so maybe I should do it the other way around. Right, so I've got to put these out, and that none can go in at Tempe because that shipyard's just been built. Okay, so that's out there. Right. So Valhalla can build 3. So it's going to build the colony ship and the 2 mighty sweepers, whilst the Vega shipyards are going to build the 2 fighters and the carrier. Right, so that's my production done on that cycle. We got there in the end. Next thing is we need to improve my colonies. Okay, so I press the grow colony, and that should just grow that yet to Colonise to 3. And then we flip the Abydos. Start colonizing that. Yes. We don't have the MS pipeline to take advantage of it until next time. Whoops, bringing up the wrong thing. Okay, so all done. On that front, we've done the colonies. I placed my ships. Yeah. Right, let's go and now look at the Altarians. All right. So at the present moment, let me bring up the rule book part or the scenario book part. Scroll this right down. We're on here. We're on the 12th economic cycle. So you can see on the 12, they get 4 rolls, but the Altarians have a 5th one. That's their little advantage that they purchased. Okay, let's remove the dice. So they got 5 rolls. A 1, a 6, and a 9. Better record these. 1, 6, 9. 2 more. A 6 and a 7. 6 and 7. Okay, so on the 12th cycle, 1 to 6 is fleet. So there's 1, 2, 3 on the fleet. So that takes their fleet. They've currently got 20. They, of that 112, I didn't take a note. They had 4 left over. Okay, they had 4 left over. So they've got 24, and they're now just adding 1, 2, 3, another 30. So 24 plus 30 is 54. So they're building back up again. And then they spent a 9 and 7. I think it's both on tech. I guess another 20 points on tech. They had 5 remaining. So that's 25 on tech. And they still got 80 in their defense. Okay. Let's go over to the insidious Terrans. They've only got 4 rolls. And they roll 2, 10, 1, and 6. I've written those at 1, 2, 10, and 6. Okay, I've still got a fleet roll to do for the Altarians, but we'll do the production first for the Terrans. So 1, 2, and 6. We're looking at the 12 is 1 to 6. So that's 3 lots of fleet. So it takes a 10 fleet to 40. And the 10 is defense. Now they're getting worried. That puts their defense up to 40. They were on 20. Each point spent in defense is not 10 points, it's 20. Doubles. Okay, so they're on the 40 fleet, 30 tech, and 40 defense. Right. So the Altarians launching a fleet. So we're in 12. They will launch a fleet on a 1 to 3. No. The Terrans will launch a fleet on a 1 to 3. They do. Oh dear. Look, got nothing over there. I'm taking it the other way. They release a fleet. I didn't want them to do that. Okay, so let's put their fleet down. Next thing we have to determine, once they launch a fleet, they have got enough tech. Does it increase its speed? 1 to 4. No, they don't buy another move technology. Okay, so let's move that over to this side. And we've only got 2 cruisers over there, and we've got, we're going to be targeting Abydos. They'll probably actually get Abydos before I get there. Because, oh no, they've got move technology 3, so they move 1x in the first. Right, okay, but it's an undefended. I'm going to defend it. Will I get there? Yes, I will get there in time. Okay, I'm thinking ahead into the next turn already, which will be the next episode. So stop thinking that one. Finish setting this one up. We got the fleet board. I'm going to call this their home fleet. There we go. So the home fleet has got 40 points to spend. So it's not massive. So home fleet 40. Okay. That's all the economic phases done. We are now going to go to phase 13, but that will be in the next episode. So, yes, let's bring this back up to the top. Well, I say bring it back up to the top. That's actually the first time it's been at the top, because at the beginning of the videos, I don't have this little jibber jar. I do that on some of them, but not these ones. Okay, so the biggest space battle to date shows the difference. As again, just a die roll determined that they went for largest fleet, so there's loads of those scout ships. If they'd gone the other way, as in larger ships, they would have had probably up 4 or 5 battle cruisers, but then I would have had fleet advantage on them. So swings and roundabouts. That was quite interesting. I know it took a bit of time, rolling 1 dice at the time, but then it allowed them to change their what they were targeting and such forth. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you did, and if you could like and subscribe, or if you could like the video, that'd be much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It all helps the progression of my channel anyway. So until next time, play games, have fun, buy internet.